Hello everyone, welcome to my CBSE world. In today's class, we are going to study about the Civil Disobedience Movement. Which movement, Nana? Civil Disobedience Movement. The Civil Disobedience Movement, 1930. So, what is Civil Disobedience Movement? The Civil Disobedience Movement was one of the most significant movement in India's freedom struggle. Because already we discussed in previous class, we have discussed about the Khilafat movement, Rowlatt Act, Jallianwala Massacre, Khilafat movement, and the non-cooperation movement, and withdrawal of the non-cooperation movement, differing stand within the movement. And now we are going to discuss about the Civil Disobedience Movement. So, what is Civil Disobedience Movement? So, here civil means people. What is civil, Nana? People. People. Disobedience, not following the rules and regulations of the government. So what is obedient? You are obedient. Okay, following the rules and regulations, norms, values. Now, not what is disobedience? Not following the rules and regulations. So this civil disobedience movement occurred from 1930 to 1934. For the period of 4 years, this civil disobedience movement took place in India's freedom struggle. And it was launched by Mahatma Gandhi in the 1930 with the object of achieving Purna Swaraj. So who launched the civil disobedience movement? It is M.K. Gandhi. Who is that, Nana? M.K. Gandhi. Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi and INC leader, Indian National Congress leader, also played a very instrumental role in the success of civil disobedience movement. So, it is one of the very famous mass movement launched by Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. And what was its objective? Objective is to get the Purna Swaraj. What is that? Purna Swaraj. Purna Swaraj. What is Purna Swaraj? Complete independence. What is that? Complete independence from the Britishers. Complete independence from the Britishers. So, yeah, by openly breaking unjust British laws. What is unjust British laws? Unjust British laws. You should understand. Unjust British laws. So unjust means unfair, which is not fair. The law which is made by the British government, which is not fair. So, civil disobedience movement is one of the significant mass movement launched by Gandhiji by openly breaking the laws of the British government. That is called civil disobedience movement. Right. Unlike the non-cooperation movement, where people simply refuse to cooperate with the British government, but the civil disobedience movement encouraged people to deliberately violate the unjust law. So non-cooperation movement deals about you are just not cooperating with the British government. But in the civil disobedience movement, altogether you are breaking the laws. You are not following the laws of the British government. And this is called Civil Disobedience Movement. And which took place from 1930 to 1934. So what was the causes? What was the factor which are responsible for the launch of Civil Disobedience Movement? So we need to understand the background of the movement. Okay. So one of the background of the movement, if you look at this, we have Simon Commission 1928. So what is Simon Commission? Okay. Why it came to India? Let's see that. So Simon Commission appointed by the British government in 1927 and which came to India in February 3rd, 1928. So why they came to India? To suggest some constitutional reforms. Okay. So you might have heard the name called Monto-Milo Reforms 1900, Government of India Act, and then in 1919 we have Montagu-Chelmsford Reforms 1919. Then Indians are demanding for more representation, more constitutional reform, so that the Indian can rule our own country. But to suggest such reforms, the British government constituted one committee. That committee is called Simon Commission. Simon is one of the head of this committee, and it's called Simon Commission. And Simon. So what is Simon Commission? Because Simon Commission has 8 members body. So in that 8 members body, there was no Indian representatives. Okay, let's see that. Several political and economic development led to the civil disobedience movement. One of the factors I told you, Simon Commission. The British government appointed the Simon Commission to suggest constitutional reforms. It had no Indian member. In that member, it had no Indian member. Okay, and leading to nationwide protest. Why? Because when there is no Indian member, what is the use of constituting committee by British government? Because Indian members represent the Indians' interest, right? So there is no Indian members, all the Britishers only. So when the British people are there, the British people favor about them, their country only, the British government only. So it is not justiciable. So then Indians raised the slogan, Simon, go back. What is the slogan raised by Indians? Simon, go back. Simon, go back. So this was the famous slogan which was occurred in the 1928. Nearly thousands of people participated, lakhs of people participated in the Simon go back movement or slogan. Okay, right. So second factor, if you look at the second factor, what was the second factor, Nana? What was the second factor? If you look at the second factor, first one is Simon Commission. What is the first one? Simon Commission. What is the second one? Lahore Congress session. Remember, Congress session 1929, Congress session. So Lahore National Congress session 1929. Which year, Nana? 1929. And who was the chair of this session? Jawaharlal Nehru. Who headed this session? Jawaharlal Nehru. We all know that he is the first Prime Minister of India. So Lahore session of the Indian National Congress 1929 held under the presidency of Jawaharlal Nehru, and Congress demanded Purna Swaraj. So Congress, INC, what is that, Nana? INC demanded Purna Swaraj. Already we discussed Purna Swaraj. Means complete independence. So British has to leave from India. And they have to leave India and they have to go back to their country. So Congress demanded Purna Swaraj and it declared 26th January 1930 as the Independence Day. Which date, Nana? 26th January. What is that? 26th January 1930 as a Independence Day. So there is a relevance. Though Constitution came in 26 November 1949, but we choose the date of implementation of the Constitution in this day. That's why we are celebrating as a Republic Day on 26 January. So that is a different story. I will tell you. I will explain you. So third one. What is the first one? Simon Commission. Background of this Civil Disobedience Movement. Why they launched. Second, Lahore Congress session. They took the decision, Purna Swaraj and complete independence. And what is the deadline? 26 January 1930 is the last date for British rule in India. Then, what is the third incident which took place? Third one is called Gandhi's 11 demand. Gandhi's 11 demand. 11 demands. So Gandhi put 11 demands. So what are the? So before starting the movement, Gandhi sent a letter to Viceroy Lord Irwin. So Gandhiji sent a letter. He wrote a letter to Lord Irwin. Who is Nana? Lord Irwin. He was the Viceroy of British India. So he sent a letter to Lord Irwin presenting 11 demands. How many demands? I told you 11 demands, and no need to study all these demands. In the textbook they have mentioned 11 demands only. But for your sake of understanding, I am providing you reduce land revenue. What was that, Nana? Reduce. One of the demand is reduce land revenue, land tax, land revenue. Who is collecting land revenue from the people? It is the British government is collecting land revenue from the people through the middlemen, talukadar, jamindar, etc. And second, abolish the salt tax. Second one is abolish the salt tax. This is the second demand of the Gandhiji in the 11 demands. Third one, reduce the military expenditure. Reduce the military expenditure. Reduce the military expenditure. First one is reduce the land revenue. Second one, abolish the salt tax. Third one, reduce the military expenditure. Fourth one, release the political prisoners from the jail. Release the political prisoners from the jail. And protect Indian industry. This is the sixth demand. And permit the manufacture of salt. This is the seventh demand. Okay. What was the first? Remember, what was the 11 demands of the Gandhiji to Lord Irwin? He wrote a letter to Lord Irwin presenting how many demands? 11 demands. What is the first one? Reduce the land tax or land revenue. Third, abolish the salt tax. Third, reduce the military expenditure. Fourth, release the political prisoner from the jail. Sixth one, and protect the Indian industry. Seventh one, permit the manufacture of our own salt in coastal area. Okay, the British government ignored this demand. What the British government did? They didn't pay heed to the Gandhi's 11 demand. Then what happened? So the British government ignored this demand, and now it's time. Why did Gandhi choose salt? The question is, why Gandhiji has taken? Because there are so many issues. I told you, land issue is there, abolition of tax, political release of political prisoner, everything is there. But why Gandhiji has chosen salt as a symbol of resistance? Salt as a symbol of resistance. So why did Gandhi choose salt? The salt was chosen because every person, what's the time now actually? Sorry. Still time is there. Okay. So why did Gandhi choose salt? Why did Gandhi choose salt? Very, very important, because salt is used by everyone. Rich people are using salt, poor people also using. So everyone is using salt. So it's a whole problem. It's a all problem. It's a whole Indian problem, not a few people problem. Suppose there is a issue of land revenue. Who is paying land revenue? Paid to the farmers. It's a farmer issue. It's a farmer problem. Second, abolition of salt tax. This is an Indian problem. Reduce the military expenditure. So related to, okay, it's all the government, people's problem only. And release of political prisoners. So it is the political prisoners. So yeah, it is also a problem of all the people. Then protect Indian industries. So yeah, it is the issue of the businessman or manufacturer or industrial people. So salt is affecting all the people. So you are a rich man, you are a poor man, you are a middle class man, you are a Muslim, you are a Hindu, you are a Christian, regardless of your community background, the salt is affecting everyone. So without salt we can't eat food, right? Yes or no? Yes. Can we eat food without salt? No. In Telugu one sameta is there. Annesi chodu, nannesi chodu. Means you put all masala, garam masala, what spices, everything you put. And if you are forgetting to put salt, so how do you feel? So feel that no tasty, nothing, you will just put aside. So that is the importance of this salt. So salt plays a very important role in food preparation. So Gandhi was very strategist in this context, and Gandhi chose salt. So every person, rich or poor, used salt, and the British imposed tax on salt. For the first time, British government imposing tax on salt manufacturers. So we are manufacturing salt in the coastal areas. So most of we are getting salt from the ocean. Okay, and it symbolizes the British economic exploitation. So if the government is importing tax on salt, which symbolizes British government economic exploitation, which is exploiting the Indian people in the name of salt tax. Then it united people from all sections of society. So in this journey of salt, people of OC, people of SC, people of ST, people of BC, people of all religion, Muslim, Hindus, Christian, Jains, Buddhist, every your religious people, all social background of the people, all social background, people belong to all social background participated in this salt march or Dandi march. Okay, now the Dandi march are also called as salt march. The began in what date? 12th March 12th March Yeah. So Dandi March. What is that? Dandi March. Dandi March also called as Salt March. What is that? Salt March. Which year, Nana? 1930. Still time is there. Okay. So began on 12th March 1930. Started from the began on 12th March. 12th March 1930. So started from Sabarmati Ashram to Dandi. Sabarmati. It started from Sabarmati Ashram. So Gandhi's Ashram. Sabarmati Ashram, which is there in Ahmedabad. Ashram to Dandi. Is the place called Dandi. Suppose this is India, right? So starting from here and going to Dandi here. Here is the Dandi. Here is the Sabarmati Ashram. SA, Sabarmati Ashram of Gandhiji. So started from Sabarmati Ashram, Ahmedabad to Dandi. Gandhiji walked approximately 240 miles. How many kilometers, Nana? 240 miles. 240 miles is equivalent to 390 kilometer. 390 kilometer. So when was the Salt March was started? 12th March 1930. And he was accompanied by how many volunteers? Accompanied means he had some activists, volunteers. He was accompanied with 78 volunteers. How many? 78 volunteers. Right. And 78 volunteers on 6th April 1930. What date he was reached Dandi? On 6th April. 6th April 1930. 1930 he reached Dandi to manufacture his own salt. On 6th April Gandhi broke the salt law by making salt from the seawater. So this marked the beginning of the which movement, Anna? This marked the beginning of the Civil Disobedience Movement. So which event marked the beginning of the Civil Disobedience Movement means if the question at all coming in a CBSE board, you have to write about the Dandi March or Salt March. So Gandhiji reached Dandi on 6th April 1930 by preparing their own salt from the seawater. So if you are preparing your own salt and you are not paying to the tax to the government, which is nothing but you are breaking the law. You are breaking the law. So this marked the beginning of Civil Disobedience Movement in Indian history, India's freedom struggle. So the movement, spread of the movement, the people participated by breaking the salt law, manufacturing salt illegally, boycotting foreign goods and clothes, boycotting liquor shops, refusing to pay taxes. During this Civil Disobedience Movement, so various people participated. I told you various different background of the people, SC, ST, BC, OC, all religious people, peasant, farmers, businessmen, women, student, lawyer, teacher, everyone is participated in the Civil Disobedience Movement. Now, and people participate by breaking the salt law, manufacturing salt illegally, boycotting foreign goods, and boycotting liquor shops, liquor picketing, refusing to pay taxes to the government, resigning from the government jobs, and organizing peaceful demonstration, hartals, meetings, and women also participated in the large number for the first time. So in the next video, we will discuss about the participation of different social groups, peasant, workers, etc., etc. Thank you for giving this opportunity, and I hope you understand this lesson very clearly and thoroughly. Thank you all. If at all you are facing any doubt, please put your opinion or any doubts in the comment section so that I can clarify those doubts. Thank you all. All the best.